Consistency. It does not seem to be in the Jaguars' playbook. Sure, they tried to come back, but it was too little too late, and they didn't complete it anyway. Joining me on the News 4 Jax Sports on the morning show, News 4 Jax sports analyst Frank Frangie. Hey, good morning.
Good morning, Bruce. How are you?
I'm great. So consistent may not be a term that's in their playbook. And if you talk about yesterday's game, I think erratic probably describes it against the Colts.
Yeah, a little bit. I think certainly the overall results could be erratic a little bit, but I think the units aren't. The defense continues to play well, Bruce. The offense is struggling. Yesterday's game was close because the defense kept them in it. After that first drive or two, the defense said that's all you're going to get. Think about this now. The Colts came into that game scoring 30 points or more 4 games in a row, and the defense kind of shut them down after the first drive or so, only allowed 16 points in the game. They've got to find some offense. The key is they've got to find some plays down the field. That's what's really holding up this team.
Look, people looked at Trevor Lawrence's performance. They say he played below average for the better part of the game. And as far as the offense is concerned, if you look at the last 3 games, the offense has been lacking, and that's being kind.
Yeah, the offense is struggling. There's no question about that. This is a struggling offense. The biggest thing is they don't have anybody getting open down the field. I think that's the biggest weakness of the team. Now, look, Trevor hasn't played great. Nobody's going to debate that, and he wasn't great yesterday. But the problem is they can't get into a rhythm, Bruce. The offense, you know, when a quarterback completes 10 passes in a row, 12, 13 in a row, that's because there's some easy throws. Well, there's no easy throws here, so he's got to fit everything in so the offense never gets into a passing rhythm. That's the biggest problem. So they're struggling. I thought they ran the ball with James Robinson well yesterday. I think Carlos Hyde's run well when he's been in there. I think the protection was okay. Trevor's not playing very well, but they've got to find some easy throws down the field. They really struggled to get passing yards yesterday. He was 2 of 10 to start the game, and that's on the receivers as much as it is him. It really is.
Yeah, I think one of the problems, if you looked at the Jags over the past few years, they don't play as a team. And that's where Trevor might finally get into his groove. And speaking of teams, special teams, there has been nothing special about them.
Yeah, and that's an area of concern. Even more, I think the offense will find itself. Trevor's going to be a good player. I don't worry a bit about him. They'll find better receivers or more good receivers. But this is the problem. This blocked punt really was the difference in the game. Think about it. They lost by 6, and this is a 7-point play. Special teams have to get better. Matthew Wright's been a pretty good kicker for the most part. Hit a bomb yesterday, but he did miss this extra point. So special teams have been a struggle for them. Defense is very good. Offense needs more receivers. Special teams been a problem. No debating it.
Solid defensive performance again. Really didn't help in the end. So, come Sunday, it's the 49ers. You've got the 49ers coming off a short week because they play Monday Night Football. They're flying across 3 time zones. Do you see any advantage there if they can turn the offense around?
Yeah, I think so. Number one, the defense has played well. The defense, it's not a facade anymore. The defense is good every week, so they've kind of found something there. Yes, San Francisco's got a short week and they've got to travel. History tells us that teams that have to travel after a Monday night game have trouble. And I'll say this, the West Coast teams manage that better because they're accustomed to traveling. They travel a lot. The East Coast teams don't travel as much. But no, this is an advantage for the Jaguars. The other part of that too, Bruce, is they've got to just keep playing well where the defense is playing well. If they can find some throws down the field. I was encouraged. You know what else I was encouraged by? They didn't quit the other day. They fought through. You're down 17-0. You've got a young team. It's been a tough go, been a tough year. You could quit. They didn't quit. I think when this thing turns, and I think it's going to turn, look back at that second half yesterday where this team kept battling. I thought that was just some real positive signs. I really did.
So they take that fight and they use it against the 49ers. You optimistic?
Yeah, I am optimistic. I think they're playing well. They're in every game. And when you have a team that's in every game like they've been in every game, I think there's a chance they play very well. I like where they stand against it. You made a good point about the travel. I think they're going to play very well. They're going to find some passes down the field. They signed John Brown, who's a really fast guy. They tried it with Tavon Austin. They're trying to use Jamal Agnew now as a receiver. They're going to find passes down the field. That right now is the one missing link to this football team. I think they're very close. I really do.
So they find that rhythm the rest of the season could be encouraging. Frank, always a pleasure. Thanks.
Okay, Bruce, thank you.